and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're going to be working out of this book from Manera. This is Flora Mosaic II, and this is going to be our next picture for the Manera color along that is happening in May. Now, before we actually get into the coloring, I do have a little announcement to make. We are going to be extending the color along. This was normally supposed to end May 31st. However, we had quite a lot going on last week. We had quite a bit of a life-changing couple of events that happened, and I'm going to be going into that just a little bit while we color here. But it was some unforeseen things that went on that I had no idea what was going to happen, really. And so because of it, my last week was completely shot. And so I just did not have the time to devote any kind of coloring on or off camera. So I felt bad because I really wanted to give this color along. I really wanted to do justice with this color along. Not only for you guys, but also for Anne, who has been just very gracious this entire month. And she just always is, and I adore her. So I really wanted to do this justice for her. So we're going to be extending the color along for another 2 weeks, just because my life kind of took a little bit of a crazy twist and turn. So instead of ending on May 31st, this is going to be ending on June 2nd. So we're going to be extending it for another 2 weeks. The color along is going to end on June 15th. What did I say? Instead of ending on May 31st, we're going to end on June 15th. So just plan for another 2 weeks of coloring with Manera, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'm going to tell you guys that I'm coloring with the visual impairment, as always. I always say this just in case I get some new folks coming onto the channel, and I just wanted to be sure that you guys know that. So this means that I have to get rather close to the work so that I can see what I'm doing. And we're playing a little bit with a bit of a different camera angle, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But just so you know, again, I have to get close to the work, so just try not to mind my head too much. I try to keep it out of the way as much as possible, but it is going to be there. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. So and also I am playing with a bit of a different camera angle. I got a little addition to my tripod here. And so I'm trying to do this like I'm trying to do an overhead view, so that hopefully with a slightly different angle, you guys will be able to see my hand coloring more than just, because sometimes you can see it pretty good, depending on which way I position my hand. But there's other times where all you see is my hand and not really the pencil. So I'm hoping with a slightly different angle that it's going to help a little bit. So I'm experimenting with this video. I really hope it's going to come out good. We're going to see how it's going to go, and we'll play with it and just kind of see how everything goes. So anyway, we're going to do Flora Mosaic II, and I'm going to just kind of give a little bit of a flip through with this book because I don't think you guys saw this book. So on the back of the book it says Floral Mosaic II. Now she does have a Flora Mosaic, and it doesn't say one, but it's her first Flora Mosaic one. This is Flora Mosaic II. So it says a coloring book. It says illustrated by Manera. It says, why should kids have all the fun coloring? Adults love to color too. Flora Mosaic II contains 24 one-sided pages of illustrations to shift your focus to a peaceful state of mind. 2 copies of each page are included, so you can color twice or share with a friend. With less intricate designs and larger areas to color, this book is ideal for any skill level. Choose your coloring supplies. You can use crayons, colored pencils, or markers. We suggest placing a blank sheet of paper behind the page you are coloring to prevent bleeding of materials. Do not think too much about the colors you are selecting. Simply relax and enjoy. And it says www.manera.com, and then she's got her social media and stuff and her website right there. So we're gonna just do a little flippy through of this book so that you guys can see what we are dealing with. Now when I color on camera, I like to choose stuff with bigger spaces because it's just easier on my eyes to do it on camera this way. So now I am not averse to coloring stuff with smaller spaces. I do it all the time. However, on camera, it is just much easier for me to do it this way. So we're just gonna do a little flip through, then we're gonna zoom in just a little bit, and then we're gonna get to coloring. And hopefully with this, I'm optimistic about this overhead view. I really am. So we're going to see how well that's going to do. And I'm just kind of doing a flip through of this like really fast. Now, like she said, you get 2 copies of each image. And this is done on Create Space paper. This is a book that I got from Amazon. I think she may even have this on PDF. I am not sure. Some of her books are, some of them are not. But this one may be on PDF, I'm not sure, but this was purchased from Amazon. You guys probably might have seen this in one of my hauls. Okay. All right. So here is, now I think this is getting into the second copy of each image. We'll just do a few more, but I'm just kind of doing this like real fast because I don't want to make a career out of it. I might do an impromptu live stream and just kind of flip through some of my books. But anyway, you guys have seen those images before because there's 2 copies of it. So what we're going to go ahead and do, and I've already selected something for us to do today. We're gonna work on this one because it's got some very, very large spaces, and this is perfect to color with you guys on camera for me. So I'm going to grab some colors. What we're going to use today is, if you guys saw my recent haul, you will see that I bought these Pelikan pencils. So we're going to try them out today. And should we need to, because there's only 25 in this set, or 24 in this set, we can substitute with some Artlicious pencils too, which we have 60 of them in here, or 50 of them in here, I'm sorry. So we should have plenty of colors to suit our needs for this little project. So I'm gonna grab some colors, I'm gonna zoom in, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So just give me a second, I will be right back. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and get started on the picture with these 2 colors. I'm zoomed in just a little bit. So let's see if this overhead view kind of helps us out quite a bit. So we're gonna start in on these larger petals here, and I'm just gonna make sure that we are in frame. So the only thing with this is when I check to see if I am in frame, I have to I have to kind of stand up and do this because I've kind of got this just over my head. I've just kind of got this over my head, and it's pretty high up, and I am short. So to be sure to try to get the right angle, and I'm experimenting, so I'm hoping that this will just kind of improve my color and gabs and everything with this. And so I'm starting with these 2 Pelikan pencils here. And we're just going to color in the petals, and we're going to do quite a bit of shading because we have some pretty big spaces here. So anyway, so the last time that I actually put up one of these videos, and again it was when I finished up the Doggy Mosaic picture, and I was talking about like what we had going on, and so it was shortly before, like when I recorded it, and I didn't get it up until after we got home from that weekend, but it was before we left for our Lions Convention, and our Lions Convention happened like from the 18th to the 20th of May, and so we went there. We had a pretty good time, you know, and you know, just kind of had to do what we had to do, and I have to go to it because I sit on the board of trustees for our Lions Foundation. My term is ending officially in July, so you know, I don't have to go to as much stuff, although we'll probably end up finding quite a bit more to go to anywhere. We'll still be going to stuff because, you know, we're still very active and all that, but with my term ending, you know, I won't have to go to as many of these meetings. So we had our last board meeting of the year at the convention, and I'm going to see how these pencils blend. So we had our last board meeting of the year, our fiscal year. Like, it's kind of like we have the Lions Club year really doesn't start in January. It's a fiscal year starting July 1st and going to June 31st or 30th or whenever that last day of June is. I can never remember which months have 30 days and 31 days and stuff. So anyway, while we were at the convention, we had our last board meeting of the fiscal year, and got quite a bit done. You know, there's a lot we had to discuss, and that always seems to be the case. But we were so tired by the time we got home. Like, we were just, ugh, we were so tired. So we got home on that Sunday, and we just pretty much crashed. Like, we rested up and stuff. And actually, when we got home, John took the boys for a walk, because he likes to do that, you know, when the weather cooperates and the boys like it, and it's sort of his time to spend with the boys. So he did that when we got home. And then Monday, I played some Sims on Monday, you know, because the day after we get home and stuff, like, I just kind of want to do what I want to do, you know, and I did get that video uploaded. I recorded the latest color along video, but I was planning to get it uploaded before we actually left for the convention, but it didn't happen. So I did manage to go ahead and get that video uploaded. And oh, there goes my washer. I was doing some laundry, so my washer cut off. So I did go ahead and upload that video, you know, because we needed to see that one. And I just played some Sims on Monday. If memory serves me correctly, I think John had a meeting Monday night. He's on planning and zoning for where we live, and he's been on that for many years. You know, actually since before we got married, he's been on that thing. And so he had his meeting Monday night. Had to go back to work. We had to board doggies. So we picked, John went to pick them up Monday morning. And so Caleb was so glad to be home. Caleb was glad to be home. And Sheena was too. You know, Sheena was too. Tuesday, let's see, Monday I just played some Sims, just kind of hung out. Tuesday was when things kind of started to change. Well, actually it changed a lot Tuesday, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but basically the daughter moved out, and so she doesn't live here anymore. The daughter moved out, and what led up to it, there was just some things that we didn't expect. And which I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get into, but you know, there's just some things that we didn't expect, and it was kind of you know, she and us, it was what am I trying to say? Just some things led up to it, and it was just best all around for, you know, for her to move out. I'm just going to say that. So we had the fallout from that going on. We had quite a lot of stuff to clean up, and we were just basically dealing with the fallout of that. We had quite a lot of stuff to clean up and to take care of and so forth. So that started happening like Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening, and Wednesday we had more stuff to deal with. I was actually supposed to be on Manera's live stream on last Wednesday, and because we had the unexpectedness of this to deal with and the fallout, I had to take a rain check. I had to take a rain check with her, so I felt really bad because I hate bowing out of stuff like that, but you know, things happen, and sometimes you have to take care of what you got to take care of. And so anyway, we messaged back and forth, and so we rescheduled, and we're going to try this again on June 6th, which is actually a week from tomorrow. So we are actually going to try this again. Basically what we're trying to do, and this is on her coloring page, and Manera's Coloring Books for All. You guys need to check it out. And so what we were trying to do is, because like when you start a live video on the Facebook page or the Facebook group or whatever, you can bring somebody else in on that video and do like a picture-in-picture kind of thing. And so what we thought we would do was we thought we would test it out, and you know, she would color something. You know, we were going to color something from Paisley's Bubbles. And so, which is her newest book that came out. We were going to color something from that. And that looks pretty. Look at that petal. That actually looks really pretty. And then I was going to color a picture from Paisley's Bubbles. So, you know, we were going to color something from the same book. Maybe not the same picture, but something from the same book. So anyway, we messaged back and forth, and so you know, she said we could reschedule and stuff. I just felt bad because, you know, I hate reneging on an appointment that I have, you know, especially something like this, because I was so looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to it again. And I told John, I said something better not happen because I am supposed to do this with Anne. So we're going to reschedule for June 6th. So mark that on your calendar, June 6th. And I think it's going to be at 9 o'clock. I got to double check the time. I think she moved her Wednesday show to a different time. Normally it was at 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time. However, from what I have gathered, this Wednesday's show is going to be moving to a different time, and so she may keep her Wednesday one at a different time. I have to double check with her and check the time, and I will let you guys know. I may do like a little vlog or something and let you guys know. Hi, dear.
Hi, dear.
Be careful, don't knock yourself out on this thing. I got a different setup here.
Don't knock myself out.
Yeah, I got this arm sticking out. I just don't want you to bump into it. Alright, everybody, we are back. I had to turn the video off for a little bit to the hubby got home, and I had to spend a little bit of time with him, so turned the video off to do that. But anyway, so I finished coloring in our second petal, and then I went to fix this one because I decided to take some of the purple out and just kind of blend it with some cream, and I think that looks, you know, quite a bit better. We got some really nice shading going on there. So anyway, we're gonna start the third petal here. And so yeah, like I was saying, the daughter moved out, and it was just, you know, the best thing all around, you know, for that to happen. And so we were dealing with, the stuff that resulted from that. And I went to go check the footage, from what I did before I stopped the video. And it turned out really nice. I like this overhead view. I think it's gonna turn out really nice for for what I'm trying to do here. Just that slightly different angle, I think, helped a lot, and I think you guys will be able to see what I'm coloring a lot more now. So I mean, my head is still going to be there. That can't be helped, but at least this way, you'll be able to see what my hands are doing a lot more. So anyway, with the daughter moving out, that kind of leaves her room free. And I always said that, you know, when she moved out, because, you know, there was going to be that time when she was going to have to move out. She is 24. That, you know, when she did move out, that I was going to make her room my creative room. And I'm gonna do that. We got a lot of fixing up to do on it, though. It's not like I can just move in right now and put my stuff in there right now, because like I said, we got a lot of fixing up to do. We're gonna have to paint. John has to repaint the walls. Years and years ago, she painted her bedroom like this really bright pink. She painted it this really, really bright pink, and I don't want that color. I like pink, but I don't like pink, you know, I don't like that pink quite that much. And so he's going to have to repaint the walls to something a little less vivid. And we also have to redo the floor in there, because she did all sorts of things to that poor carpet in there, and let's just say it just was not salvageable. She's been pretty hard on stuff over the last year or so. So we pretty much, well, we did. It's not pretty much anything. We had to rip out the carpet, and we're gonna have to start from scratch. I think what we're gonna end up doing is putting in some parquet flooring, you know, like hardwood, you know, hardwood floor. And we're gonna have to do that, which, you know, that'll be a lot easier for me to clean, I think. And it's a little bit too much. Well, I don't know. We'll see. So what am I trying to say? It'll be a lot easier for me to clean, because all I'll have to do is just sweep it. You know, just make sure I sweep it, because you know, that'll be what it'll require. And but it's going to take us some time to do, because we have to actually get the flooring, and I think John's going to put it in, like he knows how to do that. So that's just something that we are going to have to do. So it's not like I can just move in tomorrow and have it all ready. So, but eventually, you know, I mean, hopefully in a few weeks it'll be all done, and I'll be able to get at least start moving in. It's kind of rough right there. And once I do, I will give you guys a tour of it, because I know those videos, people love to see like room tours and craft room tours and stuff like that. So I do plan to do that. It's just going to take some time for me to get it all fixed up, and you know, we have to do some repairs, like I said. We have to replace the flooring and paint. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll manage. And once I get it set up, you guys will see a tour of it, so that'll be pretty cool. So it's just kind of a different feeling with just John and me and the critters, you know. But, you know, it was a long time in coming, and it's just the best thing all around. I'm just going to say that. It was needed. It was needed for everybody's sake. So, the age-old question, what has everybody been up to? What have you all been coloring? hope everybody is doing well. We're doing pretty good. Just, you know, like I said, just trying to come out after, you know, after, you know, everything that happened last week and stuff. But, you know, it will be okay. And things work out the way they're meant to work out, you know. But I do look forward to having my own creative room, because I did say that once she moved out. So I have to decide, I've been trying to get some ideas, like I've been watching a lot of videos and just trying to get some ideas of how I can go about, you know, trying to organize everything. I am going to get a couple of things that I will tell you about that is going to be going in there. John has it's like a commercial grade kind of long table sort of thing, you know, that, you know, that he's had and that he's going to give me to use for my filming area, which will be awesome. And, he's also got this dresser that he's had since he was a kid. Annie used it. But I think what I'm going to do with it is, you know, because obviously he doesn't want to part with it. It's sort of sentimental, you know. And it's a nice dresser. It was made, you know, when things were made to last. And so, I mean, it is a nice dresser. And so what I'm going to use is, it's a really good place to store, like scrapbook paper and stuff. I have a lot of paper pads and stuff. Not only do I color, but every once in a while, I can't say I do it all the time, but every once in a while, I get into the scrapbooking mood. And I like to kind of, you know, fix up. I don't do Project Life. I mean, that's kind of like one of the popular things right now is Project Life. But I have a lot of scrapbook stuff from way back when, probably about 15, 16 years ago maybe. I was a consultant for a company called Creative Memories, and it's a scrapbooking company, and it's one of those like pyramid things, you know, one of those like pyramid schemes, I guess. And I know it's kind of like a harsh word to you know, to call it, but it's one of those like network marketing, you know, I call it a pyramid scheme. But so anyway, I guess they started like in the 80s, and I don't know if they're still in business or not. I heard that they went out of business for a little bit, and then I heard that they came back and kind of revamped their image or something. But I'd say about, you know, 15, 16 years ago, I used to be a consultant, and I quit doing it because, like, I just, like, when I was ordering stuff, it was mainly for me. Like, I really didn't have many customers because the ones, like, there were a lot of people I knew that weren't interested in the scrapbooking, and then a lot of the people that I knew that were, you know, they used other stuff because, you know, let's face it, it was a little cheaper and more readily available. You know, they didn't have to go through a middleman to get it. You know, they could just go to Hobby Lobby or, you know, a scrapbook store and you know, just get the stuff themselves without having to go through a third-party salesperson. And so anyway, I quit doing it because it was costing me more than what I was getting out of it. And then it was one of those things where you have to order so much in like 3 months, or you get inactive, you know, you're deactivated or whatever. And then to reinstate yourself, it costs like $50 to reinstate yourself, you know, to get yourself reinstated. Plus, you got to place an order. So that was a bit of a pain in the keister. So anyway, I quit. I kind of quit, you know, I quit doing it. Like, I just, like, when I got deactivated the last time, I stayed deactivated and just never renewed. And so, but anyway, I still got a lot of leftover stuff from them. And, you know, plus you know, after that, like I would order things from Amazon or scrapbook.com or whatever, you know. And so I have like a lot of paper pads and, you know, some stamps and some ink pads and stuff like that for stamping. And so that one dresser I think would be a great place to house like scrapbook paper and stuff like that, journaling cards and that kind of stuff. And then there's another kind of little wooden cabinet in there that would be good for storing more supplies. Like I can put, you know, other supplies and stuff in there. It's got drawers and stuff in that. And I am going to get some shelving because I'm going to take my coloring books out of my living room shelves. I have built-in bookshelves in the living room. When we put the addition onto the house, we added built-in bookshelves to our living room in there. And John has one side, I have one side. And so right now I have my coloring books on some of those shelves in there. So once I can get my room going, we're going to get some shelving like at Menards or something like that. And then I'll be able to move all of my coloring books and my journaling stuff and all that in there. And then that, you know, that'll go on those shelves, and then, you know, I'll be able to put my supplies and stuff like that in there. So like I said, you guys are going to get a tour when everything is all done and put together. It's going to take some time though. It is going to take some time because we have a lot of repairs to do, plus I have to get everything set up. I want to get I also want to get, and I got to see if I'm going to need it or whatever, but I would love to get, I think what would be perfect is those like Alex drawers from IKEA or something kind of similar. There's like dupes of the Alex drawers that you can get on Amazon for a little cheaper, but I don't know if it's the same quality or anything. It looks pretty much the same. I think the dimensions are slightly different, but it's kind of the similar idea. And that would be perfect if I could get a set of those, because I could put like some extra odds and ends in there. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of videos to try to get some ideas of how I want to organize everything. And what I have most of are obviously books, which will go on shelves, and then what I have most of all too are pencils, which most of them I have in pencil cases, so then that could either go on some shelving or in that cabinet that I was talking about. I do have watercolors, and I have acrylic paint brushes, you know, that kind of stuff. I like how these petals are turning out. I really do. So that is going to be that. What else can I say? So if anybody has any like organizational ideas, please tell me. I also want to get some of those like acrylic, like those smaller acrylic drawers, like those small acrylic containers that you can put like right on your desk or your table, because those would go perfect on my long table. Excuse me. And I can put in like my Derwent eraser, some paper clips, pencil sharpeners, you know, the things that I reach for the most of, you know, those kinds of things I could put in there. So I've been just really doing a lot of thinking about how I can organize things. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I can't wait. I am really looking forward to it. You know, I'm really looking forward to having my own space, you know, to film and to have everything in one place. Because right now, where I'm filming at is on my kitchen table, and there's a lot of activity that goes through here. You know, we have the dogs, we have, you know, when I have the washer and dryer turned on, you know, when John comes in from work, or like, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's not like my house is super noisy, because it's not. It's just having my own space would be just so much easier, and just so much easier. It really would be. And also just, you know, keeping everything in one place, because right now I have my coloring books in the living room. I have some of my supplies in the living room, plus I have some of my supplies on my dresser in the bedroom. And it's just, you know, I mean, I know where everything is at, but it would just be so much easier to just be able to have everything all together in one space, and then not have to worry about it. I did order myself one of those, it's not a Raskog cart from IKEA, but it's like the Michaels equivalent to it. And it's going to be here, they said between June 7th and June 11th. And I got the rose gold, it's called the Lexington cart. And it's the rose gold one. I love rose gold. So I did order one of those, and I can keep some things on there. And I'll definitely be using it also once I have my creative room up and going. But it'll help in the meantime too. Because then, like, for coming in here to film, I can just put, you know, I can keep everything on it and just kind of roll it around as I need to. Because it'll be on casters. So once I get that up and going, I'll show you what's on there. Because that's another, I mean, people love to see what's on people's carts. Like if they have like a storage system or something, like people love to see that kind of stuff, and me included. I mean, I highly enjoy seeing that kind of stuff, because, you know, it really does give me ideas and inspiration. So I know I enjoy looking at it, and I know others do too. And I can't really give a tour right now because, like I said, everything is kind of helter-skelter at this point, and I'm kind of ashamed to show it to you. I mean, I kind of showed a little bit of my coloring book. Like, I have my coloring books on the shelves, like I said, in the living room, and if you watch my intro to my videos, you'll see a little bit of that. But I mean, I'm ashamed to show you guys, like, where I have my supplies and all that, because it's just, it's not put together the way I want it to be. And you guys will be going, ew, what are you doing? Ew, what are you doing? So yeah, I'm not going to show that I'm not going to give you guys a tour until I have everything up and going. And I know you guys want to see, like, an updated supplies, like what I use in my coloring books and stuff, which I will show you. I did one for last year too, but I have quite a lot more than I did last year, and I don't want to forget anything, and so I have to kind of take stock of, I mean, I know what I have, you know, but I kind of want to get everything kind of in one place, that way I don't forget anything, you know, because you know me, I forget something. All right, so there's our petals. How do you guys like those? We can make, I think maybe we'll color this flower the same color, you know, make the two purple flowers, and then we'll have to come down over here to make a stamen. That way it looks a little bit more symmetrical. So we can keep going with these purples on this flower over here. I think that'll look really pretty. Just make two purple flowers, and purple will be our primary color scheme on this thing. I think that'll look really nice. I'm going to turn the book just a little bit, and I'm just going to make sure that I am in frame. Okay, yep, very good. So that's what's going on here. And I'm gonna have to stop the video in just a minute, you know, maybe take a little bit of a break, because I have to put dinner in the oven. We got sometimes on lazy nights, like, John will pick up a tray of the Stouffer's lasagna, and it's pretty good lasagna, and it saves me from having to make it from scratch. And so we just, you know, we put that in the oven, and we'll bake that for a couple of hours, and we'll have that. And he's actually got a meeting tonight. Our Lions Club does a car show every year, and so he's on the planning committee for this car show. So he had to go to that meeting tonight and so forth. So he probably won't be home until a little bit later on. And by the time he gets home from work, he doesn't really have time to eat before he leaves. So I'm supposed to bake this. I'm supposed to bake this lasagna while he's at the meeting, which I'll have to get on. I'll have to get on about 7:30 or so. But we're going to end up making 2 parts to this video, I'm thinking. I don't know how long I've been going. I don't know how long I've been going, but we're just gonna keep going for a little bit until it kind of, I'm glad that I get a little bit more daylight at night here, because like where I'm at, and that's another reason that I'm really looking forward to getting my own art room, because I can get myself an ot light or a couple of ot lights, because my ideal thing is I want to get one with like a base, like I want to get a floor one, like with a real nice base, you know, for the floor, and then just kind of have it like hanging over my table. That would be the most ideal thing, because I get so many shadows. Like when I lean over my book, I get so many shadows, and it just really, it really is a pain in the butt, you know, when I'm trying to color. And over here where I'm at, like on my kitchen table, when it starts to get dark, I can't really see anything because the daylight goes. And then when I lean over this, I mean, I have like an overhead light here. And I have, you know, like you would think that this kitchen is well lit, but for doing what I'm doing, it's really not. Like it's not, at least for my situation. I mean, maybe the average person could get away with it, but with my visual impairment, I need some extra accommodations. And I'm not lying about that. And I'm not shy to admit it. Like there's certain things where I need some extra accommodations, and it's just the way it is. And I can't deny it, you know. Now I don't stick it in people's faces. Like I don't go, ooh, I need extra accommodations and you're gonna have to give it to me, and I try not to have a bad attitude about that. But I do need those extra accommodations, you know, for certain things, and you know, for me to be able to do things the way I want to and need to. So having an ot light, especially a floor one that kind of hangs over my head a little bit, it would be a godsend. And once I get this room fixed up, you better believe that I'm going to be having that. That's really coming out pretty. I like how just adding that touch of cream at the very end just really does a lot to the petals. It kind of helps to bring down some of that purple, but just in such a way that it's not so dark and overpowering right there at the ends of it. I like that. I really do. I like that. And just running the cream over everything just really blends everything together nicely. I really, really, really like how this works. And these Pelikan pencils are working very nicely on this Create Space paper. So the people that said that it works really nice on Create Space paper, they knew what they were talking about. So that's nice. So going back to my soon-to-be, hopefully, art room, I'm gonna call it my, I don't know, I need a catchy name for it. Like I was gonna call it my creative room or my coloring and craft room, but I'm gonna end up having like journal stuff in there, planner stuff. I'm probably gonna put like my store my crochet hooks in there, because I have a little cabinet where I have some crochet things in there that I could probably move in there. So I need a catchy name for my art room. Can you guys think of a catchy name that I can call my art room? That's something you guys can put in the comments section. You guys tell me. What should I call my art room? Or my up and coming art room? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And I'm thinking about making a video of, and I've kind of had this on my brain for quite a long time, but I kind of want to make like a video, not a coloring video, but more of a video about like things I use that kind of make my life a lot easier, you know, in relationship with my visual impairment. Like I have a special, I mean, I use my phone for like Audible books, but I have, I'm in a program where I'm entitled to get audiobooks from the Library of Congress through the Talking Book program, and it's a free program for folks that are visually impaired. And so we can get audiobooks that way. And you know, the Library of Congress has like their own audio readers, you know, that do these. It's not the ones that you get on Audible. They have their own narrators and stuff that take care of that. But anyway, so I have a device that helps me with that. I have a GPS device that's specially made for visually impaired people that I can show you. Of course, you guys have seen Alex. I could do another vlog about him, because I kind of did one up at Leader Dog, you know, when I was up at Leader Dog with him. So I just kind of want to make a video of stuff that I have that makes my life easier. You know, when I'm dealing with my visual impairment and stuff. And I'd show my glasses, I'd show my visual aids and stuff that I have. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, you know, let me know, and I would be glad to make a video about that. You know, I would certainly be glad to make a video about that. No problem at all. Let's see, what else can I say? So I will let you guys know what time Ann is going to be Ann Manera is going to be having her stream on Wednesday, so that you guys can check that, because we're going to test out this picture-in-picture kind of video for her live stream. And we're both going to try to color at the same time, maybe from the same book. We have to get together and decide what we're going to do, or I have to see what she's planning, because I'm sure she's got something planned. Although there was one day when I was watching and somebody said, it was a live stream, somebody said, oh, we should paint rocks. And so she decided that the week after that, you know, that she was going to do rock painting. So that was cool. I didn't have a rock to paint, so I watched, and I'd never done rock painting before, but I guess you take some acrylic paint and you paint a design on this rock. But I should try that. That'd be kind of fun. Although my rock wouldn't look pretty at all. I don't think I'd be very good at it, but you know, it'd still be fun to do. And you know, she had one that looked really cool. She made it look like a dog. I thought that was really cool. She made it look like a little doggy. I thought that was cool. I really like how this cream just blends everything out. I like this. I mean, this is really pretty. This is really pretty. One time I was watching a video, and I don't think it was a live stream, but it was a color and chat video, and it was Carla Magana. She's the one who authored the book. She has the coloring book Spooky Sweets, and she did another one called Dark Garden. And so she, you know, on her channel once in a while, she'll get on there and do a color with me or a color and chat. I forgot what she calls them. And so she, when she was coloring out of Spooky Sweets one time, she was talking about how she hates using a blender pencil. Like, she will not use a blender pencil, you know, to blend in her colors. And she is so funny. She cracked me up. But she says, now those of you that do, she says, well, whatever floats your, how did she put it? It was kind of basically, well, you know, whatever works for you, but maybe we can still be friends. You know, she was kind of, you know, teasing about that a little bit. She was kind of teasing, kind of half serious, I guess, because she hates using a blender pencil. And so she thinks that there's other ways to do it besides using a blender pencil. And so I was kind of thinking of her as I was running the cream over the purple. Now I think she was talking about a colorless blender, but I still had to kind of laugh, you know, because I don't think I've ever seen her use like a cream or a white pencil to go over her thing. I think she just blends like with the actual colors themselves. But it's kind of, this is working out for me pretty good. It's really moving that purple down in such a way that it's really making it come out nice, and it's really blending and shading nicely. I mean, look at that. I'm really loving how these petals are turning out. So I think I may work on the petals some more, and then we'll probably end up maybe ending the video. I don't know. My back is starting to hurt a little bit. I've been having some back issues. Oh, and my back is starting to hurt a little bit from bending over. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. We'll see. We'll see how much longer I want to go. I want to try and at least get the main petals kind of colored in. And then maybe off camera I'll kind of go over them just a little bit more, just to make sure that my darker colors are up kind of against the line. Like so. And try to maybe get rid of some of that white space. Although this is working out really nicely, you know, I can't really complain about this. I think it's turning out nice. And I'm just kind of real lightly just doing some layers and just kind of going over, trying to blend out some of the really, you know, the rough lines right here. And I'll take the cream and just kind of go over everything. So these Pelikan pencils really blend nicely. You know, I mean, I'm not having any trouble at all blending them. And they do seem to work very well on Create Space paper. So I'm going to swatch these out and do a Pencilmania episode on these. Now, they do, I believe, make a 36 count. I just have the 24. I chose not to get the 36 count because I think the pencils were like $12 or $15 for the 36 set, and I think that you can get a coupon, but I didn't want to pay $10 extra for shipping because I think maybe they come right from Germany. I'm not sure, but I didn't want to pay the extra $10 for shipping. So I chose not to get the 36. And if they go on sale or if the shipping comes down a little bit on them, then I might consider it. Or I might see if I could maybe find them on eBay, or, you know, see if I can get it from somebody else other than Amazon. Because maybe because the 36 ones aren't under Amazon Prime, and I have Amazon Prime. But if I can find them elsewhere for less shipping, then I will consider getting them. But I'm probably, now I did do a haul, and I'm probably going to have that haul video uploaded before this. So if you watched my haul video, and I didn't say it on that video, but I'm going to tell you guys now that that'll probably be my last haul for quite a while. Or at least a big haul. I may get a few items here and there, but I'm trying to, I need to save up some money so that we can, you know, fix up my up and coming art room. So I want to save up my money for that. So I mean, if I get a few things here and there, I'll show it to you. But the haul that you guys saw recently, that's going to be my last, at least biggest haul, I think, for quite a while. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. And I did show quite a few books that I got recently in that haul. But it's just, that's going to be it, I think, at least for something major for a while, because my next biggest project is the room that we want to fix up. And I can't do it all. Can't do it all, so I have to save some nickels for that. Plus, we're still coming off the pen show. You know, we had the Chicago Pen Show in May, and we got quite a few things from there, and so, you know, we're still under the effects of that. So, you really won't be seeing too much more in hauls for a while, I'm thinking. Some harsh line right there that wouldn't blend. Okay. I'm just going to rub this over real lightly. Try to blend some of that out. Okay. So that's what's going on in my little area, in my little corner of the world. Some pretty good life-changing stuff going on, and some exciting things coming up. I'm excited about my new upcoming art room. We don't really have any more trips planned until September. We do have meetings and stuff to go to, but as far as like any more out-of-town trips, we shouldn't have any more of that until September. We're going to Ohio in September. But other than that, we're staying around here. We've also got other repairs that we have to do to the house too, like we have to get, we have part of the roof that we need to get done too. We had to do a new roof over the addition of the house, because the people that did that when we made the addition didn't do such a good job. And we have skylights, and so we have skylights, and so the they did not such a great job that it started to leak. When it rained, it started to leak around the skylights. So we had to have that redone. Because imagine trying to put like bowls and stuff underneath the leaks in the middle of the night. Really sucked. So we had to have that done. But on the old part of the house, I always call it the old part of the house because, or I should call it the original part of the house, but it's quite older than the new part. So in the original part of the house, you know, we need to do the roof there too, but we haven't done that. We had to do a little bit at a time because we could only shell out so much. But so that's another thing that we have to do is to replace the roof on the original part of the house too. Down the road, eventually, I hope I can get it done in my lifetime, is I want to redo my kitchen. I totally want a new kitchen. And I told John, I said, you know, unless we can do that at some point, I want to get one of those, because I don't have a dishwasher. And I told him that, you know, and if we're not going to do anything with the kitchen for, I don't know, for however long, then I want to get a portable dishwasher. Because now with the daughter gone, you know, her main chore was to do the dishes. That was her responsibility. And now with her gone, I have to do it all the time. And I hate doing the dishes. Absolutely just hate doing the dishes. Always have. And so I told John, I said, you know, if we can't see our way clear to do the kitchen, I want to get one of those portable jobbies, because since I'm the one that has to do it, you know, I want my life to be easier. So that's another thing that's on my list. And I know that they're really not the best. It's best to get one, you know, that's built in. But the way our cabinets are right now, it's not compatible with anything like that. So now when we do the kitchen, then, you know, we'll get new ones, and they will be. But so until we can do that, you know, the only option that we have is to either not get a dishwasher, and I'm not going to be a part of that mess, or to get one of those portable ones that we can just roll over and hook up to the sink. So, you know, that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. So that's some of my wishes, you know, down the road. But the main thing right now is to redo the floor in that room, and to paint the walls and stuff, because it looks gutted. And I mean, it is gutted. It looks really pathetic in there. It does. It looks really pathetic in there. So I will keep you guys updated on how that progress is going. It's kind of a shame too, because the carpet that used to be in there, you know, we got that when, you know, we put that in like shortly before, see, Annie's adopted from Bulgaria, and we got that carpet like shortly before she arrived. And just over the years, just the stuff, I guess, that was done to that carpet, like, kids really don't take care of stuff. And, you know, even over the past year, like, she, you know, she's had her problems and stuff, and just over the past year, she's just been really hard on things. And so that between what was done to that carpet like years ago and what was done to it now and stuff, it's just we just couldn't save it. And it's a shame, because it was such pretty carpet. I mean, I loved that carpet. And it was just so nice for a, it was nice for a little girl's room, but it was just nice carpet to have it was relaxing carpet. It was kind of like a white carpet with you know, just with like some different colors and stuff kind of woven in. It was like a light. All right, guys, I am back. My footage decided to cut off on me. My camera cuts off on me every like 29 minutes or so, and so sometimes I get to talking and I don't hear it go off, because it clicks off like so softly. It really does. So anyway, I was just, I'm going to show you, I'm drinking my Miller Lite. So I got my Miller Lite here. Having my brewski. I got my lasagna put in. Got that put in, so we're good to go there. But yeah, I was just talking about the carpet in that room that needs to be done, and I got a kiss from Alex. Hi, Alex, you silly boy. And I was just talking about just how messed up that carpet got over the years, and even the recent stuff now, like just, ugh. And it's too bad, because it was such pretty carpet, like I was saying. It was kind of like a white carpet with some different like lighter colors kind of woven into it. It's really kind of hard to describe, really, but to me it was just so relaxing and serene. Like, it was just serene, relaxing carpet. And I really liked that carpet. It was nice for a little girl's room, but it would have been nice for like it would have been nice for another room too. It would have been really nice for an art room for sure, you know. But of course, well, of course, if you painted, you know, not great, like if you were a painter, like oils or something like that, because you don't want to paint on your carpet. you need like a drop cloth or something so you don't get paint everywhere. But it was just really nice carpet. I really liked that carpet. So it's such a shame that we couldn't save it, but I'm thinking that our floor that we're going to pick out now is going to be really nice though too, because you know we are going to do the hardwood floor or the parquet or whatever the heck you want to call it, the parquet flooring. And then I was talking about just some other stuff down the road that I wanted to get done. Like we totally have to redo our kitchen at some point. I hope I'll see it in my lifetime. I really do. And I told John, I said I want a dishwasher, because like when Annie was here, like her big chore, like her, I'm going to call it a chore, but her thing that we always had her do was, it was her responsibility to do the dishes. And so now that she's gone, I have to do it. I have to do it all. And so I told John, now our cabinets that we have isn't compatible to have a built-in dishwasher. And I told John, I said, if we can't see our way clear to redo our kitchen in sort of the relative near future, then I want to get one of those portable dishwashers. I know that they're not the best to get, but it's better than nothing. Because I hate doing the dishes, I really do. And I told them, I said, you know, if I have to do all this crap, you know, then I have to make my life easier. And, you know, I know a dishwasher can't do everything. You know, you still have to wash out your pans and stuff, but, you know, it sure beats doing every single thing by hand. It really does. So I told John, I said we need to do that. And another thing we need to do is, like, we had to replace the roof that was on the addition to the house. Like in 2000, we added a room addition onto the house, and so the people that did the roof really didn't do such a good job. We have skylights, and so what happened was the skylights ended up starting to leak, you know, when it rained. And so it was just such a pain in the butt. I mean, imagine trying to put like bowls and containers and stuff underneath the leaks, you know, in the middle of the night when it's raining. I mean, not a very nice thing to have to do. So we ended up having to redo that part of the roof, and then we need to do the roof on the original part of the house, because, you know, that part of the roof is even older, you know, than obviously a lot older than the room addition roof. So that needs to be done. Plus we need to do some repairs in the bathroom that Annie had. It was kind of the guest bathroom / Annie's bathroom kind of thing. And we need to do some repairs in there. Mainly replacing the spigot on the shower. And I told John, I said, you know, one thing I'd like to get, you know, because we're going to have to give dogs baths in there. That's another thing Annie did for us, was she was the one that would always give the dogs a bath, and now that she's gone, we have to do it. And it kills my back. And so I told John, I said, you know, when we replace that shower faucet or spigot or whatever, we also need to get a portion where, like, you can choose between the shower head and a wand, you know, a hand wand, because that would be so much easier to wash dogs with, is the hand wand, because you can maneuver it more rather than just having the shower head just kind of sprinkle on them or whatever, because you can't really move the water around. You have to kind of move the dog around, or get a bucket and fill it or something, and rinse them off that way. But if you have a hand wand, you can move that water a lot easier and move it over their body and rinse them off that way. So I told him, you know, that's some stuff we need to think about. Because I'm to the point in my life, like I'm of an age where I think about ways to make my life a lot easier because I am no spring chicken anymore, and my back, I have back issues, and you know, I can't, it's not as easy for me to do certain things that used to be a lot easier for me when I was a lot younger. So, you know, I told John, I said, we need to think about those kinds of things. We really do. So that's kind of what's going on in my little corner of the world, such as it is. And, you know, some future plans and things that we need to do to the house. Repairs that we need to do to the house. And with Annie gone, you know, some of the stuff will be easier to, you know, to do. Yeah. So that's what's going on here, and I think that my petals are pretty much done. I like how these turned out. I really like how these petals turned out. I think they are so pretty. So I think we'll come back in the next video. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here, I think. So I think in the next video we're gonna, I need to come back in and do the stamens, and then we're gonna come back in and do the little mosaics. So I think we're gonna make this video a two-parter, but here are our little flowers. I think they turned out so pretty. And I'm really liking this overhead view for my camera. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys like this angle a lot better. I think it's going to work out very nicely. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna put back my pencils. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little chatting about what we have in the works going on. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys like the new angle that I did here with the overhead. I think it works out a lot better, I think, and you guys can tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think of the new overhead angle. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. That gives more traffic to the video on YouTube, and of course the more traffic this video gets, the more people are going to know about coloring, and of course the more people are going to know about the lovely and talented Manera. That is my goal for this color along. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Of course, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this, but you also need to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on new material that is uploaded. You all have a great day, and we will talk to you in the next video. Okay, bye my little goldies.